The hidden language of purrs, what your cat is really trying to tell you. You hear it when they curl beside you. That low, gentle hum, faint, steady, like a lullaby stitched into their breath. You smile, because it means they're happy, right? But what if that's only part of the truth? What if I told you, not every purr means contentment? Not every vibration in their throat is a sign of peace. Sometimes the cats purr when they're in pain, when they're frightened, even when they're nearing the end of their life. And that changes everything. You see, we've been told that purring is a happy sound, like a dog's wagging tail. But here's the quiet truth. Cats are more complex than that. They don't show joy the way we expect, and they don't show hurt the way we recognize. So they hum, softly, secretly, in the darkest corners, sometimes under the bed, sometimes at the vet, sometimes when they're trying to survive. It's a sound they use not just for comfort, but to self-soothe, to cope, to heal themselves from within. There's even science that says their purrs may help regenerate tissue, like a built-in lullaby for the body. But we're not here to talk science. We're here to talk about what it means, emotionally, spiritually. Because once you realize that purring doesn't always mean I'm fine, you start to listen differently. You start to notice that moment when your cat lays quietly in a room after a stressful day and begins to purr, not bouncing, not playing, just humming. It's not a celebration. It's not a joke. It's a whisper of survival, of trust, of trying to stay anchored when everything feels like it's floating away. They don't cry. They don't scream. They purr. And that's the first secret of their language. Because when you realize that purring can mean, I'm not okay, but I'm trying to be, you'll never hear it the same way again. Have you ever noticed when it happens? You're sitting alone. Maybe your shoulders feel heavy. Maybe you've had one of those days, the kind where the world feels too loud and you feel too small. And just when you least expect it, they come closer, not with fanfare, not with noise. They just appear, hop quietly onto your chest, or curl into your side and begin to purr. At first you think, oh, they're just being affectionate. But then something deeper sets in, because it always seems to happen when you're not okay, when your thoughts are spinning, when your hands can't stop shaking, when you're crying in silence. The kind of crying you hope no one sees. But they do. They always do. And in that moment, they don't meow. They don't paw at you. They simply vibrate. A soft, rhythmic hum. Not for them. For you. It's like they're tuning your breath with theirs. Like they're trying to wrap you in something invisible but real. A blanket made of sound, of presence, of knowing. Maybe it's not accidental. Maybe purring is how they speak when words would only get in the way. There are stories, so many, of cats who never sit on someone's lap until the day that person feels broken. And suddenly they're there, purring like a prayer. No commands, no expectations, just pure being. It's not a reaction. It's a response. Like they sense your heartbeat. Like they hear the part of you that no one else listens to. And instead of fixing it or fleeing from it, they answer. With stillness, with closeness, with the only sound they know how to offer. The gentle, trembling music of care. You don't need to explain. You don't need to hold yourself together. Because in that moment, they're holding you. In the only way they know how. And if you've ever felt that, you know it wasn't just a coincidence, it was connection. Some people say, oh, cats are independent. They don't care about humans. But maybe those people never listened closely enough. Maybe they never had a cat crawl into the emptiness and hum their pain into something softer. When they purr for you, It's not about food. It's not about routine. It's about energy, emotion, love, the kind that doesn't announce itself, but surrounds you just the same. They could sleep anywhere. On the windowsill, under the table, inside that box you were planning to throw away. But somehow, they choose you, your lap, your chest, your presence. And when they settle in, heavy, warm, trusting, they begin to purr. Not loudly, not to be noticed, but steadily, like a secret they've kept just for you. And maybe, just maybe, it's because you are the reason they purr. Not the treats, not the toys, not the sunbeam on the floor. You? There's something about your scent, your rhythm, the way your body breathes in the quiet, that lets them unravel. You are their gravity, the one still point in their unpredictable world, the soft landing they didn't know they were looking for. They don't have to be strong around you. They don't have to stay alert, because in your arms, they remember what safety feels like. And so they purr, like a thank you without words, like a lullaby without melody, like a doorway opening between two hearts, no language required. People ask, do cats really love us? But love is a human word. And purring is something older than that. It's instinct. It's emotion. It's trust in the form of vibration. When they're close to you, eyes half closed, body draped across yours. And that sound begins to rise in their chest. That's not just affection. That's home. Because for them, home isn't a place. It's a presence. And when you're near, they remember that they're not alone. And neither are you. You don't have to speak. You don't have to move. You just have to be. And they'll purr. Sometimes softly. Sometimes like thunder against your ribs. But always with purpose. Always as a way of saying, this is where I feel safe. This is where I let go. This is where I choose to rest. Maybe you thought they were calming themselves, but maybe they were calming you too. Their purr wraps around your silence like a ribbon. And in that moment, for just a while, the world disappears. All that's left is the rhythm between your breath and theirs. And somehow, it's enough. Has your cat ever purred? Not just when things were peaceful, but when you were not? If you felt that kind of moment, where their purr felt like a balm instead of a sound, you're not imagining it. They see you, even when you think no one does. They purr not just because they feel good, but sometimes because they want you to. So if your cat has ever curled into your sadness or hummed into your loneliness, tell us about it. Your story might be the one someone else needed to hear. And if no one's told you this lately, your presence is felt. Your stillness is heard. And to them, you were always more than enough. Because they don't speak your language. But they've been speaking to your heart all along.